Hello and welcome to TRBW Radio, all Bit Wars all the time. I'm Chris and I'll be your host. Today we have a very special guest of Ren and Stimpy fame. Please, ladies and gentlemen, welcome none other than Simpsons J. Cat.
Oh, joy! I've never been on radio before. Mr. DJ person.
Well, I gotta say, it's really nice to have you here.
Oh, no, you don't. It's always Stimpy. He's the cute one. He's the soft one. He's the one who doesn't kick little orphans.
Ren, I didn't realize you would be, joining us today. It's really good to have you here.
You want to know something? You make me sick!
That was odd. Well, anyways, welcome to the show. Today, my first pickup is Ren and Stimpy Little Idiot, or should I say Idiot. These were like promotional radio things. The idea was the DJ would interview Ren and Stimpy, so this disc contains the audio of Ren and Stimpy doing their voices, and it was a companion disc for the You Idiot album. There was also one for the Christmas album that was released, but this is really fun, as you can probably see by that intro. But I'm glad I added this to the collection. So as I had stated previously, I will be sharing with you throughout the year the games that I beat for the first time. So we've got two of them right off the bat. Interstellar Assault and Nemesis. These are both Gradius games. So if you've played any Gradius games before, these are run-of-the-mill. They're just shorter because they are on the Game Boy. And I've been on a big-time Game Boy kick lately, as you will see as we continue on here. And then we also have a pair of Simpson games. Night of the Living Treehouse of Horror. I love the fact that it references segments of the Treehouse of Horror episodes. Those are always so much fun. The controls in it are a little stiff and clunky at times. The hit detection can be off, but I'll be darned if I didn't have a really good time playing this. And then also Itchy and Scratchy Miniature Golf Madness. This game is so close to being a hidden gem, but it's just a little bit off. The execution isn't quite there. In a nutshell, you play as Itchy, or Scratchy. You play as the cat, and you hit a golf ball. You need to get it to the end of the level without the mouse killing you. It's a very unique game, and that may be for a reason, but again, I had a good time with this. Previously, I have beaten Wario Blast featuring Bomberman, but if you're not familiar with that, it was released in Japan as Bomberman GB. However, the second Bomberman GB was released here as just Bomberman GB. Anyways, I have the Japanese version, and many times I had played and got stuck on the final boss. Just could not beat him. Finally, I took care of it, and man, did that feel good. I've stated before that it's kind of this goal of mine to try and beat every single Bomberman game, and it was good to check this one off the list. And as soon as I finished it, I made the risky decision of immediately popping in Bomberman GB 3. Thankfully, this one was nowhere near as difficult, and I managed to beat this one on the first try. Again, these are your run-of-the-mill Bomberman games, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And these are definitely good ones worth checking out. So the next game I beat is actually the first one on my pickups. Micro Machines 1 and 2 Twin Turbo. I love the Micro Machine games. The NES port is probably my favorite one. The multiplayer version where your tanks, it kind of reminds me of Combat on the 2600. You can actually fire projectiles at each other, but if I'm not mistaken, this is Micro Machines 1 and 2 just combined on a Game Boy Color cartridge. Not necessarily the best ports, but it gets the job done, and I always recommend checking these games out. You might remember a while back I got a Tony Hawk game for the Game Boy Color, and it was not very good. Well, this one I got Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4 on the Game Boy Advance, and this is a lot more what I was looking for. It's very reminiscent of what you saw on like the GameCube and PS2 and whatnot, and this one is definitely cool. Next, we're gonna get real nerdy. I read a book about Weird Al Yankovic. This is awesome. As a super fan, I could not get enough of this. It kind of reminded me of those open court philosophy of books, that whole series they do on various different subjects. It really dives deep. You might think, well, what is there to say? But there's a lot. The man is intelligent. He writes very intelligent songs, and this helps kind of decipher what he truly means behind a lot of his lyrics. And definitely, even if you're a casual fan, check out Weird Al. Seriously. And speaking of which, I'm kind of a bit of a collector of Weird Al music, and I picked this up. Now, I actually did previously have this, but you can see that the colors are inverted on these. This is actually a Japanese version, and what makes it so special is if you look at the track listing here, Jurassic Park is the first and final track on there. The reason for that is the other version at the end here is actually sung in Japanese. So yeah, go ahead and sue me if you want, but I love Weird Al Yankovic. I have all of his albums, and I'm always looking for something more to add to that collection, and this was just kind of one of those things. I think it's time for a beer. I picked up this one. It caught my attention because, as you can see, it's got like a little bit of a video game theme. It almost looks like the NBA Jam character select screen. I don't really even know what this is here. It's from More Brewing Company, and this is a New England milkshake style IPA with Eldorado, Idaho Gem, Michigan Copper, cheesecake, cherries, chocolate, and lactose. Holy cow, there's a lot of stuff in this. We're gonna open this up. Copper color going on there. Oh yeah, wow. It's kind of fruity in the aroma. Just a hint of that chocolate. Let's try this out. Oh yeah. That is where it's at, man. It's almost like a cream soda. Yes, I'm gonna drink this. So that lactose and those cherries are really in the forefront. So there's a little bit of tartness in it, but yeah, the aftertaste does linger a little bit, which is a little weird because there's just so much going on there. This gets a thumbs up, man. So again, oh, this says Listerman Brewing Company, and there it says More Brewing Company. It must be a collaboration. But I'm going to hang on to this can. I like to keep ones that have like video game themes to them and set them up in the game room. So I'll hang on to that. The next pickup. Really excited for this. Does not go on the list, but I got an NES game, and as I always say, it's very rare that I add any of those to the collection. So this is a PAL exclusive. As you can see, is the B right there, but this is Elite. This is like a vector graphics kind of shooter sort of thing. It didn't really grab my attention, if I'm being honest. I didn't really like it that much. But again, it's just exciting to add these to my collection. So next, I got a pair of Super Nintendo games, and these will go on the countdown. I got Chavez 1 and 2. So I have been searching for these games for ages, and I just so happened to get them from different sources right around the same time. It was so cool. It just all came together. So if you do not know, these actually were released in North America on a limited basis. It was basically in the southwestern United States as well as Mexico. And these are two of a small handful of games that did not get a widespread North American release, but they did get put on your traditional North American Super Nintendo cartridges. It's kind of like FIFA 97. We didn't get this in the United States, but they got it in Canada. So you have a regular old cartridge for it. I strongly recommend going for these with your complete Super Nintendo collection, but just to warn you, if you do try to collect these like Mexican and Canadian exclusives, you're not gonna get anything other than boxing and soccer games. It's still really fun to finally have these. Although they didn't get a full North American release in the United States, we did get both of these games. They were released here as Riddick Bowe Boxing and Boxing Legends of the Ring. So just a little comparison here. So as you can see, they do look pretty much identical. They just swapped out a few sprites, and that's about it. And just to warn you, these are in Spanish. So if you're like me, I am like what they call monolingual.
Ah, Chavez para la Super Nintendo.
Duff, you speak Spanish?
Sí, profesor. Chavez es un legendario boxeador de México.
Yeah, what he said.
Tiempo para la cerveza.
I guess that just about does it for today. Thank you for watching The Real Bit Wars. Stay tuned. I got some more pickup videos as well as some other stuff coming up real soon. Thanks for watching. Gotta have some more of this. Yeah. I don't really even know what this is here.